Boom Bob, welcome back to another day on this podunk planet. My oh my, what a time to be alive. So I'm here with Spirit House, um, convening with the ancestors as I sit here, and I'm being told to finally introduce my great 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 grandfather, who somehow was the mastermind behind some 200 plus year plan, or I don't know. I don't understand it. I'm learning as I go, literally. But he wanted his name to be said again and known again. So he's asking that I share the following words. And you know what's crazy? I can't deny features. Like, a DNA testing aside, when people look exactly like your father, it's a little jarring. It's a little jarring. Oh man, it's jarring. Anyway, yeah, no, when I tell you my magic, it just does not quit. And the stronger I become and more regulated, the stronger it hits. Oh, it's good stuff. Oh man, it's good stuff. Okay. Woo doggy. All right, here's his message.
To the believers in the unseen, a letter from the Ancestor, channeled through Chrissy. If you're reading this, you already know what time it is. The veils are thin, the lies are collapsing, and the Ancestors aren't whispering anymore. We're speaking. My name doesn't matter, because they erased it from your history books anyway. What matters is that my DNA survived. What matters is that I planted seeds across territories in 1791, knowing that someone, eventually, would have the consciousness to hear me. That someone is my great-great-great-great-granddaughter, and through her, I'm speaking to you. What they got wrong. They said I abandoned my children. They said I was cold. They said I failed because I didn't accumulate wealth, didn't keep my family together, didn't move fast enough, didn't play the game right. They were looking at it backwards. I was a strategist during the Haitian Revolution era. I taught people to read. When that was a death sentence, I handled mental, physical, and financial, not for personal gain, but for liberation. And I spread my DNA across multiple locations because I understood something y'all forgot. This is a long game. When you're fighting a system designed to erase you, you don't put all your eggs in one basket. You don't build one perfect family that can be destroyed in a single raid. You spread. You plant seeds everywhere, knowing most won't make it, but some will. And those seeds carry the code. The code for seeing what others can't see, sensing danger and opportunity before it arrives, refusing to compromise on loyalty, respect, and business, building sovereignty even when it looks like failure, playing the long game when everyone else wants quick wins. What I need you to understand, I wasn't a father in the way you understand it. Now I was a general, and generals make brutal calculations. I chose mission over comfort. I chose strategy over sentiment. I chose preservation of the lineage over being remembered fondly. The women who carried my children, revolutionary partners, strong enough to raise warriors without me there. The children I created, seeds of liberation planted across territories, each one carrying the capacity for freedom. Did it create wounds? Yes. The coldness required to make those choices, to create life and keep moving because the mission demanded it. That coldness traveled down the line. It showed up as rage in the men who didn't have the revolutionary context to understand it. It showed up as emotional unavailability, as vanity without purpose, as a desperate need for acknowledgement that used to be righteous certainty about the importance of our lineage. Without the mission, the survival traits just looked like dysfunction. Why I'm speaking now. Because my great-great-great-great-granddaughter is completing what I started. She left her known world, Boston, for foreign territory, Thailand. She's building liberation economics when everyone thinks she should get a real job. She maintains boundaries that look cold to people who don't understand sovereignty. She refuses to compromise, even when it costs her materially. She's creating global networks of safe spaces, teaching people to reclaim their power, breaking generational patterns. She's doing exactly what I did, but with one crucial difference. She has the consciousness to heal while she builds. She can feel while she fights. She's transmuting the wound while carrying forward the mission. That's why the 9 cards came reversed. That's the completion of the cycle. To the believers. You who are reading this and knowing it's true, you're part of this lineage too. Maybe not by blood, but by spirit. You're the ones who chose mission over comfort. Look like you're failing by conventional standards while actually building something real. Carry sensitivity that feels like a curse, but is actually a superpower. Refuse to play games that require you to sell out. Believe in the long game when everyone else wants instant results. The system taught you to see those traits as weakness, to see struggle as failure, to see unconventional paths as mistakes. I'm here to tell you, they lied. What looks like failure is often setup. What looks like coldness is often focus. What looks like abandonment might be strategic spreading of resources across multiple fronts. The difference between my time and yours is this. You have the option to do it with consciousness. Now you can keep the mission without perpetuating all the wounds. You can be strategic without being cold. You can play the long game while also healing in real time. The reckoning right now, in November 2025, you're watching everything hidden come to light. Political systems collapsing, billionaires exposed, illusions shattering. That's not chaos, that's revelation. The same energy that's pulling my story out of the shadows is pulling everything into the light. My descendant put their names in a jar on her altar and said, "We're watching." And you are watching. You're watching the Emperor's clothes disappear. You're watching the false generosity, 6 of Pentacles reversed, get exposed as systems that keep people dependent. You're watching the Wheel of Fortune reverse as people who thought they had all the power realize they're not in control. The Ace of Swords is cutting through everything right now. And Judgment, that final card, is here. The reckoning, the resurrection of what was buried. The ancestral call that can't be ignored anymore. What I'm asking, stop abandoning the work too soon. 7 of Pentacles reversed. Stop thinking your creative fire is blocked when it's actually just being refined. Ace of Wands reversed. Stop believing you're powerless to fate. Wheel of Fortune reversed. The long game I started in 1791 is still playing out. Every person who chooses sovereignty over security, liberation over comfort, mission over approval, are continuing what we started. You're proof the DNA survived. You're proof the seeds grew. My story got told wrong because people couldn't see the strategy. They saw abandonment instead of distribution. They saw coldness instead of focus. They saw failure instead of long-term investment. Don't let them do that to your story. When you're building something real, liberation economics, sovereign communities, new systems that actually serve people, it's going to look like failure for a while. It's going to require sacrifices that others don't understand. You might have to choose mission over relationships, strategy over sentiment, long-term impact over short-term comfort. That doesn't make you cold, that makes you a builder. Just do it with consciousness. Feel while you fight, heal while you build. Don't pass down all the wounds, transmute what you can, and trust that if you're planting seeds of liberation, some of them will grow. Maybe not in your lifetime, maybe not in ways you'll ever see, but the code survives. I'm proof of that. My descendant standing in Thailand right now, channeling this letter, building her empire, she's proof of that. In closing to the believers in the unseen, we see you. We've been seeing you. Every move you make toward liberation, every boundary you hold, every time you refuse to compromise on what matters. We're watching and we're supporting. The system wants you to think you're alone, crazy, failing. You're not. You're part of a 200-plus year operation that's still unfolding. You're carrying code that survived slavery, revolution, erasure, and systemic attempts to destroy it. Keep building. The harvest is coming. It always does. Just maybe not on the timeline you expected. Trust the long game. We already won. You're just living out the victory now. Channeled through Chrissy K, November 15th, 2025. For the House of K, for the lineage, for the believers, boom bop. Welcome to the revelation.